Hello. Doing my early morning check-in. I'm okay. I'm a lot better than I was, say, a few months back. I might download this to YouTube. I know I've said in other previous videos that things were getting a little hectic with me and some people at my place, but right now I'm living on my own. I'm kind of cut out on the drinking. I might have maybe once a week, maybe a couple cans of beer. That ain't bad. It's not like having 2 cans of beer a day, or even a 40 proof bottle of 720 milliliter bottle, and drinking that in a day. Yeah, I'm probably stand burn a little bit. Gotta get this damn pipe started. But like I'm thinking, it's probably about close to 4:30 in the morning, maybe close to 5 o'clock. I slept real well last night. I went to bed about, I don't know, say probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. Usually when I go to bed about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, I'm up around 3 or sometimes earlier. I know that I do stammer a little bit when I talk, but I just have to get my thinking reorganized what I'm doing. There's a lot of my friends on Facebook that some I do know and some I don't. But this is going to be downloaded to YouTube, so what do I say? It's a YouTube video, or just take it off Facebook, or do what? Yeah, that's the way it goes. I know in previous videos I said I was going to write more into my dream journal and my books that I have been reading. My one occult book by Zena and Nicholas Schreck, called what was the name of it again? Sex Magic or something like that, Left Hand Path. I pretty much gave it away. Gave it to a guy that said he was going to sell it and split the money with me. Well, he kept the money, but that's how things go. I went and one previous video before here that had maybe on Facebook might have got 12 views so far, but it'll be there for years to come. And I know a lot of my other videos on Facebook have got have maybe 26, maybe up to 100 views or more. That's fine on YouTube. I'm not really trying to be a popular person on YouTube. I'm just coming across as people that want to watch the videos. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. Like I said, my concepts were like into AI, these chat bots. I have been playing people across the, my little thing across the world, games of chess on an app that I have on my cell phone for chess playing. I'm not too good at it. Well, the pipe keeps going out, so I think I'll just lay that down. Finish that up when I get ready to finish it. Now, most of my videos that I have been doing my, what I like to call my memoirs on, were just to actually talk about, how I'm progressing in my studies. I'm getting back into astrology, a little bit of demonology, a little bit mathematics. I'm learning new concepts there too, and different mathematical groups on my Facebook account. There's a lot of things that I'd like to really be studying right now. And I know that some of my videos, to understand my problems, I've been talking with my doctors, and I'm not impressed with my providers, but I had ended up getting a new psychiatrist. He is a medical doctor. He's not a practitioner that can prescribe medicine. He prescribes medicine and actually asked me how I'm doing. And I'm not really seeing too much of a therapist right now. They got me into an anger management counseling, but it only lasts like maybe 5 sessions, and I've already went to 2 or 3. I missed my session yesterday. I was a little tired and slept the day through. But last night I went to bed about 9:30, 10 o'clock, so I should be able to call these people, call my social worker, set up a new appointment with this anger management counselor. And get, counseling for that, since they think that's the root of my problem. So far, in my new location here, I won't go into the city or where I'm at, but it's in Greene County, Ohio. And like I had said in one other video, if you had caught it, or if you had subscribed to my channel, I think I might have 7 people now that did subscribe. I was in jail for, I'm not even going to go into it, for about 5 months for a violated protection order. I think I went into what I need to go to that. This is the next chapter of my life until the final chapter, which would you call the final chapter, death, and then there's no way you can be in the physical realm again. I mean, how am I going to record that? I mean, not impossible. Maybe me laying in a coffin, not going to be saying too much. Maybe that I keep my mouth shut. But I've talked with people that said, you really don't want to broadcast too many of your problems or dilemmas because you kind of want to keep things private and up to yourself. My life is not an open book. Most of the things I write down in my private diaries and journals, I do not even mention on any of my live videos on Facebook, which I do download them to YouTube. I'm up this morning having a cup of coffee. It's gone good. Now, as far as my groups go, I had recently joined a group called Temple of Lilith, but it's not like the Temple of Lilith I thought. They're wanting payment for education, like, I don't know, $60 or something. I can't afford it, so I'm probably going to leave the group and cut out the crap that, I got books, I can get media, I can get PDFs for practically nothing on the internet and get a lot of information on Lilith, which I pretty much know the meditations and everything. I don't think I really need to study all that into that to know who she is. I've studied Lilith. I am a Lilithist. I know I said I was going into Assyrian Buddhism and most videos. My Buddhism and Luciferianism is kind of combined in the aspect of an enlightened being. The enlightened being being probably the Terra, which is Mantra Stula, which is I don't know if I pronounce it right, an era, I don't know how you really pronounce that, but Terra era. And then you got mantras and prayers and poems and things. 25 terrors, and the Montevideos to that. Which I know I said in previous videos that it's really to read the manuals and to get into the books and the meditations. It's kind of like you have to comprehend and manifest within your mind. And see, a lot of mental health professionals don't understand why, you're manifesting something, you're seeing something, you're seeing it in your mind. I mean, how can you describe something that's there, but it's not there? It'd be like the Christians believing in a God, but he's invisible, but he looks like us. Okay, there's a loophole there too. Would we be wrong to say that maybe we think of ourselves kind of like as a persona that we made up these stories of Buddha or a godlike figure, a divine. But see, to live up to the image of that, a Christian will say, you're a bad person if you say that you believe in other things. But then again, I listened to so many videos that they said maybe, it wasn't meant to be that way originally. But then you read the Bible and you try to comprehend it, like I have for many years, and no, it don't make sense. I have made scientific study on biblical things, not like, somebody say, well, you claim we're doing Buddhism, but you're talking about biblical things. I'm talking about the Iliad, the Bible, the practice of Buddhism, and yeah, they are so many differences out there, and I had made a statement one time before. Just because I have a spiritual path does not mean I'm religious. It does not say that, oh, okay, I believe in Buddhism. It does not say that I believe in Satanism or I would be a Lutheran. And yes, I've talked about the Luciferian cult under Nimrod and so many things, aspects that lead to the rich elite occult, trying to get man under one kind of concept that maybe we don't think this way, but yet you look in the Western society and in other societies. Japan believes in a religion called Soto and Buddhism with very little Christian in it. So to say that Christian is the main religion wouldn't be wrong in that aspect. The two main branches would be Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Okay. And then, you say, I've had people say that, because of the concept, that I talk more of Islam, but I'm not talking Islam. Matter of fact, I don't even know what the book does. But I would not down people that believe it either. Just like, what works for you will work for you. I've tried to put bits and pieces of information that I have gotten off books, internet, and actually reading the holy books in a language that I understand. And no, I'm not a scholar of it, and I don't pretend to be a scholar of it. I believe that, like I said in some other videos, I believe in the self-educated, the enlightenment of yourself. But then you gotta think, is that selfish to care about yourself, to care about others, and to have self-empowerment? Self-empowerment does not mean being selfish. It means to basically care about yourself and to care about other people. How does it go? I believe in Buddha, Dharma, Shagna, and Tara for the enlightenment, for the benefit of all. And that is talking about all people. It's not talking about the self. But you have the enlightenment to take care of yourself. Smoking, maybe not be taking care of yourself. But, if you think about how things got started, there was channels here on YouTube that have been devoted to different aspects of Lutheranism, different aspects of who is Lucifer. Some claim that it was the Sophia. Some claim that the Sophia was like an aeon, or not an aeon, but a godhead of a male god. But he was known as the One. But when I decided to say, okay, he was known as the One. So then I got the concept, what was it called in Greek? It was called monad. Monad. M-O-N-A-D. Monad, or monad. And when you think of monad, it was like one monarchy was the Godhead and that, which he has no prayers or no things in it, but he's the playing field. So if he's invisible, then where does the image of him come from? He has no image, but we have an image. So there was a loophole that we do not look like him. How can we look like something that has no image? We're not visible. Then that got me thinking on the concept of playing. Where did, all this Prometheus was known as God of Fire. I'm not thinking of it as an atheist, I'm thinking of it as a spiritualist. Maybe man had to come up with these storylines from what they brought up to be from the wiser generations, that they had to come up with gods. They had to come up with, and any god that's denounced by another person becomes a devil. Okay, maybe Satan wasn't a devil. Maybe he was just a little confused. His motto was believe in thyself. So my motto is you have to have self-care, self-knowledge, and understand the astrology of how this could have been manipulated into a format. But there are people that believe what they believe, and they claim atheism, but they have a loophole in their atheism, but there could be a possibility that it might be something else, but then they look at the stories and then they claim TST Satanism. So you say, well, those are loopholes on that too. Because if you're claiming Satanism, what you're actually really doing is claiming Christianity. Because Satan was created by the Christians and by the Hebrews that know him as the devil. Okay. So would Satanism really be that it was downplaying everything to be carnal man? And when you look at carnal man, it's believe in thyself. You look at Lilithism. Lilithism is a much different concept. It's that the creator was a godhead, a being male and female, that created the first man and woman. The creator was known as Yaldabaoth. I don't know if it'll come out right on my talking, but it doesn't. Yaldabaoth. And Yaldabaoth was like a false logos god. Jehovah was like a false logos god. And then when you look at the systems of Yahweh and all those systems, what was the true motherhood of that, of being Mother Nature, which was wisdom, which was for man, and in Greek it means wisdom, would be the Sophia. Now, my understanding is Sophia created the demiurge, which was Yaldabaoth, and she became the format of a plant known as Earth without no life, where it became spring life, a vegetation, and all matter that was formed of it was male and female. It would have nothing to do with the concept of it was all masculine to build this, like the Christian God. He could make it out of wood, but wouldn't that be like a false logos to say, okay, you're invisible, but then there was a false logos that was like a lion, body of a serpent, and wings, and about 6 talons. Well, that would be like a devil. but then he was created out of matter, which was Sophia, so it actually makes the God of the woman. So out of Sophia springs the first man and woman, which would be Lilith and Adam. And it was Adam and Lilith, which were made from man. If you listen to the story, if you believe in mythology, or if you believe in Lilith, you believe in it. If you don't, you don't. If you believe in the Terra, the Japanese, and Silico, and if you believe in Islam, and whatever works for you. What works for me is the concept of science. What actually spring life could have been electrically charged, it could have been nuclear, it could have been protons, neutrons, and electrons. But you say, well, what was the build of a cell? A cell was a single microorganism that exists within people, which known as viruses or virus cells. And cells can go diplomatic and be in amoeba, so animals. But where did this all come from? Good question. And yeah, this is my topic for today. If you can figure out scientifically how this all started without the Big Bang Theory, then let me know.